How to recover lost detail in an overexposed image is our topic on Luminar Coffee Break. Let's see what we can accomplish in 10 minutes or less, starting now. Hello everyone, it's so good to see you. All right, so in this image here, it's overexposed. So I should have photographed this probably at least a half a stop or a full stop under, but you could definitely tell if I have the histogram up right here, and I got the histogram by right-clicking and either hide or show histogram. So this shows where the histogram is, or you can come over here to where the Luminar menu is, and under View, show histogram. So I'm going to use the histogram just to show you that it's blown out. So here we are. Notice when I click on this little triangle up on the top, all this red appears. That means that those pixels are blown out. I'm going to recover them. Now, there's a couple ways we could do this. Here's a really cool new trick I've been working on. Instead of coming over here to the Enhance AI first, let's come down here to Light, and I'm going to underexpose it just a little bit. Ooh, look at that. Look how it's taking away the highlights here, but it's making the overall image look dark, and that's okay. We're going to build upon this. So notice this is still blown out. That's still blown out. Wow, so I was a full stop overexposed right about there. This is not that big of a deal. That's not that big of a deal. So now that we did that, so we corrected for the proper exposure. Now let's come over here to Enhance AI, and let's use the power of Accent AI. Look at this. When we bring this back, look at that. Look how it's bringing back the image, and it's not clipping the highlights. Sure, this area right here still needs to be adjusted, but that's not bad, and this isn't bad. So these two areas I can live with, and when we're so close to finishing this, so now that we have this set, let me zoom out a little bit. I love everything about it, except we got to get her face a little bit more exposed. So there's a couple ways we could do this. One way, if we go back to the Light tool, and we can come over here to the shadows, and I'm going to bump the shadows up just a little bit, bring down the highlights just a touch. Ooh, look at that. So now it's correcting here. So now her dress is perfectly exposed. So we have that set, and let's say bring the blacks, the tones. I'm going to increase the whites just a little bit and enrich the blacks just a touch. All right, so far so good. Now let's finish this off a bit. Come down here to the portrait tools. And under the portrait tool for face, I just want to relight her face. Let's go to an extreme so you can see the difference. Here's an extreme. It found her face. I'm going to dial it back right about there. That looks good. Great. So let's look where how we've developed this all the way through. Here's before. Here's after. So notice I got her exposed properly. Now at this point, we could fine tune this a little bit more. And let's come down here to the super contrast tools. And I'm going to adjust the highlights just a little bit more and balance it out. Look at this. If I go too far to the left, I'm back to where we started with blowing out her dress. So I'm going to go right about to here. But it's these shadows I want to really play with. That's it. Let's bring it back just a little bit. Great. Look at that. And look at the histogram now. Let's see if we can do this. Here's before. Here's after. Look at this histogram, how we finally got the histogram on that beautiful curve that we're looking for. Whereas before, we definitely knew the dress was blown out. And again, that was my mistake in camera. If I had my laptop with me, or if I had the blinkies on in the camera, there's a setting where you can tell it to flash if parts of the photo are overexposed, I would have caught that during the shoot, corrected it, so I wouldn't have to use Luminar to fix my mistake. I would use it just to enhance it. Now we can take this another step further, and instead of doing all the skin softening, let's jump up here to glow for a moment. And I do want to add a little glow to the scene. Oh, look at that. And it's blowing out that dress area, which is fine. We're going to come back and fix that again. And that's where we can come back down to super contrast. And let's adjust a little bit more. Look at that. So you see how the histogram can play a really good role for us in letting us see where the parts that we're clipping. I'll come back up here to the light tool. And let's bring this down just a little bit more. There we go. And we're pretty well set. And then, of course, we can take this even further, but I just wanted to show you the key step here was to get this dress. Look at this. Before and after. In fact, let me come over here to the history tool. I'm going to go all the way to the bottom. Here's the original image. Look at that histogram. Look how it's flatlining. And then over here, you can definitely tell there's a lot of blown out details in this image. And this is what we end up with. And now look how the histogram is rich and full. All right? Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us. You know, before I end, let's check out some of these comments. Hello, Harry. It's great to see you. Walker, wow, great, from Atlanta. Hello, Julie. Yeah, and guys, John Egan, hello. Guys, so what I'm trying to do is figure out how to put my comments back up on the screen so I can see them as I'm talking with you. So I apologize if this hasn't been interactive. If you like what you're seeing, please give us a good thumbs up and show us some love. If there's areas that you need us to improve, instead of just hitting the thumbs down, leave a comment below and let us know what we could do to make these episodes even better. Now, we are working on a little goal or a little added bonus to this. Our coffee breaks on Monday through Thursday on the Insiders program is a Zoom broadcast. It starts at 1 p.m. Eastern time, and that's interactive. We're able to talk face-to-face with viewers like you. YouTube doesn't allow that or doesn't give us that flexibility. So what we may do is an Ask Me Anything question segment. So after we're done with this 10-minute episode, we could jump over to the Ask Me Anything segment to where you could ask any questions what you want based on what you saw and any other questions you have on Luminar AI, the new Neo that's coming out, or today's topic we're working on Coffee Break with the Insiders. They asked a lot of questions about which cameras they should get for Christmas. If you're interested in that, leave a comment below, not in the chat, but leave a comment below and say, yes, I'm interested in a Zoom Ask Me Anything segment, and we'll start to put that together for 2022. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you at the next coffee break.